How's it going, bros? Welcome to the channel. So you've clicked on this video, which means you're probably anime curious. Maybe your friends won't shut up about it, or you've seen some crazy clips online and thought, what is this? Well, you've come to the right place. Anime, for the uninitiated, is basically Japanese animation, but saying that is like saying pizza is just bread with stuff on it. It's a whole universe of stories, genres, art styles that you can't find anywhere else. From epic adventures to mind-bending thrillers, there's something for literally everyone. It's not just for kids, and it's definitely not just one thing. It's a massive, incredible world of entertainment just waiting for you to dive in. This list isn't for the hardcore 20-year veteran weebs who have a body pillow of their favorite waifu. No, this is for you, the absolute beginner, the person standing at the edge of the pool wondering if the water is warm. Alright, first up on the list, we have My Hero Academia. This is one of the safest, most crowd-pleasing entry points into anime. Imagine the X-Men in a Japanese high school. More crying, more speeches. About 80% of people are born with a quirk. So being a superhero is a real career. You can go to a hero academy and get licensed. It's a structured, logical take on superheroes. Our main character is Izuku Midoriya, Deku, born without a quirk. All he wants is to be a hero like All Might. All Might is a giant, smiling American flag figure. That dream feels impossible, until a fateful encounter. Deku gets a chance to attend UA High. The show mixes high school shenanigans with intense superhero action. You see them train, develop powers, design costumes, fight villains. There are tournaments, team missions, classic shonen moments. The cast is huge. You know the whole class. Each has motivations, backstories, unique quirks. You'll find someone to root for and someone to love to hate. Okay, so we're going from a bright, optimistic superhero world to, well, the complete opposite. Next up is Attack on Titan. If My Hero Academia is the gentle hand guiding you into anime, Attack on Titan is the one that grabs you by the collar, screams in your face, and throws you into the deep end. This show is an absolute phenomenon, and for good reason. It is one of the most intense, gripping, and soul-crushing stories I have ever experienced. The setup is pure nightmare fuel. Humanity has been driven to the brink of extinction by giant humanoid creatures called Titans, who eat people for seemingly no reason. The last remnants of mankind live inside a massive city protected by 3 enormous walls. For 100 years, they've known peace, but the story kicks off when a colossal Titan appears and kicks a hole in the outermost wall, letting the smaller but still terrifying Titans flood in. We follow a young boy named Eren Yeager, his adoptive sister Mikasa Ackerman, and their friend Armin Arlert. They witness this horror firsthand, and it changes their lives forever. Fueled by a burning hatred, Eren vows to join the Survey Corps, the branch of the military that dares to venture outside the walls to fight the Titans and reclaim their world. The soldiers use a system of wires and grappling hooks called ODM gear to fly through the air like steampunk Spider-Men, zipping around these giant monsters to strike their only weak spot, the nape of the neck. The animation for these sequences is breathtakingly fluid and dynamic. It's violent, it's fast-paced, and every single fight feels like a desperate struggle for survival. No one is safe. This show is not afraid to kill off characters you like, which raises the stakes to an almost unbearable level. But what elevates Attack on Titan from just a cool action show to a masterpiece is the mystery. Where did the Titans come from? What is the secret of the walls? What is the history of this world? The show slowly, meticulously peels back layers of conspiracy, political intrigue, and shocking revelations that will make you question everything you thought you knew. It's a dark, brutal, and unforgettable ride. Alright, let's lighten the mood again. After the existential dread of Attack on Titan, you need a palate cleanser. There is no better palate cleanser than One Punch Man. This show is pure, unadulterated fun. It flips the superhero genre on its head in the most hilarious way. It's a parody and a genuinely awesome action show. The premise is brilliantly simple. Saitama is a hero for fun. He's the strongest being in the universe. He trained 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, a 10-kilometer run every single day. He lost all his hair and can defeat any enemy with a single punch. No matter how big or scary, Saitama throws one punch and it's over. The monster explodes into goo and the day is saved. Sounds boring, but that's the genius. The conflict is Saitama's crippling boredom. He gets no thrill, no recognition, and worries about missing supermarket sales. The show splits into 2 halves: Saitama's mundane, slice-of-life comedy, and epic, over-the-top battles with other heroes. S-Class, A-Class, B-Class, C-Class. They give dramatic speeches and unleash ultimate attacks. The monster still stands. Then Saitama wanders in, unimpressed, and ends it. The animation is god tier. When other heroes fight, the screen explodes with beautiful action. The high-quality fights make Saitama's anticlimax even funnier. It's smart, funny, visually stunning, and easy to watch. You don't need to know anime to enjoy it, just enjoy things exploding in spectacular fashion. Okay, we've done superheroes, survival horror, comedy. Now it's time for something completely different. Let's get into a psychological thriller. Let's talk about Death Note. One of the all-time great gateway anime, a show so addictive it's basically a bag of potato chips. There are no giant robots, no magic powers in the traditional sense, and very little physical fighting. The battles here are fought entirely in the mind. Light Yagami, brilliant but bored high school student, he finds a mysterious notebook. Death Note. The rules are simple. Write a name, that person dies. At first he's skeptical. He tests it on a criminal and it works. He realizes he has ultimate power and kill anyone by name and face. He decides to rid the world of evil. The public dubs the killer Kira. Some call him a savior. Others call him a mass murderer. That moral ambiguity is the heart of the show. You ask yourself, is he right? Is he wrong? What would I do? Of course, the world's police forces aren't just going to sit back and let this happen. They bring in their trump card. A mysterious, eccentric, and equally brilliant detective known only as L, and the cat-and-mouse game begins. A battle of wits between two intellects. Most of the show is them outsmarting each other. Strategy, deception, elaborate plans. Watch Light try to pass a message or L set a trap. The show visualizes thought with dramatic monologues and flashy graphics. A guy writing in a notebook becomes incredibly tense. It's a high-stakes chess match, human lives on the line. If you like crime, thrillers, or thought-provoking stories, Death Note is a must-watch. Now we come to what many people, myself included, consider to be one of the greatest anime series ever made. If you were to ask 1,000 anime fans to name a near-perfect show, a huge number of them would say this one. It has everything: a compelling plot, incredible world building, a fantastic magic system, lovable characters, heartbreaking tragedy, hilarious comedy, a deeply satisfying conclusion. The story follows two brothers, Edward and Alphonse Elric. In their world, alchemy is a real and practiced science, governed by the law of equivalent exchange. To obtain something of equal value must be lost. When their mother dies, the young brothers, both alchemical prodigies, attempt the ultimate taboo, human transmutation, trying to bring her back to life. But the attempt fails catastrophically. Edward loses his left leg, and Alphonse loses his entire body. In a desperate act, Ed sacrifices his right arm to bind his brother's soul to a suit of armor. Now, with a metal arm and leg, Ed becomes a state alchemist, a dog of the military, and the brothers set off on a journey to find the legendary philosopher's stone, the only thing that can supposedly bypass the laws of alchemy and restore their bodies. That's the initial premise, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. Their quest quickly spirals into a massive conspiracy involving the military, rogue alchemists, and monstrous creatures called homunculi who are pulling the strings from the shadows. The world building in this show is second to none. The country of Amestris, the politics, the history of alchemy, the different cultures, it all feels so real and lived in. The magic system, alchemy, has clear rules and limitations, which makes the fights strategic and clever rather than just who can shoot the biggest energy beam. The characters you meet along the way are all memorable and well-developed, from their fiery mechanic Winry Rockbell to the stoic Colonel Roy Mustang and his loyal subordinates. But the real strength of Brotherhood is its emotional core. It's a story about brotherhood, sacrifice, the consequences of playing God, and the meaning of being human. It explores incredibly deep and mature themes like war, genocide, and redemption without ever feeling preachy. It will make you laugh out loud in one scene and then have you ugly crying in the next. And unlike many long-running series, it has a definitive, planned-out story from start to finish. There's no filler, every episode matters, and the ending ties everything up beautifully. It is, simply put, a masterclass in storytelling. Sometimes you just want to watch something that looks and feels awesome. Enter Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba. This show exploded in popularity, and it's one of the most visually stunning anime ever. Ufotable are absolute wizards. Every frame is a work of art. The story is straightforward, perfect for newcomers. Tanjiro Kamado, a kind-hearted boy in the mountains. He comes home to find his family slaughtered and his sister, Nezuko, turned into a demon. Nezuko retains some humanity and doesn't attack him. Tanjiro's goal? Join the Demon Slayer Corps, find a cure to turn Nezuko back. Classic setup. Become strong to protect the one you love. Tanjiro is likable, empathetic, not an edgy anti-hero. His bond with Nezuko is the heart of the show. He carries her in a box, protecting her from the sun. She protects him in battle. Action is where the show truly excels. Tanjiro learns water breathing. The animation transforms into flowing ukiyo-e water effects. It's a visual representation, not actual water. And it's gorgeous. Each Hashira has a unique breathing style leading to visually spectacular fights. The music is phenomenal. You'll get attached to Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Inosuke. The show focuses on emotional character moments and jaw-dropping action sequences. Episode 19 is an anime history moment. It's a perfect example of visuals and sound elevating a simple story. You cannot have a beginner's guide to anime without talking about this one. Naruto is not just an anime, it's a cultural institution. For an entire generation of fans, this was anime. It's one of the so-called Big Three: Bleach, One Piece. If you've seen someone run with their arms stretched out behind them, you've seen the Naruto run. The story is about Naruto Uzumaki, a young, loud, and obnoxious ninja in training who lives in the Hidden Leaf Village. He's an orphan and an outcast. Sealed inside him is the Nine-Tailed Fox, a monstrous demon that attacked the village years ago. All Naruto wants is to be acknowledged and respected. He declares that he's going to become the Hokage, the leader of the village. Believe it. At its core, Naruto is a classic coming-of-age story. We watch Naruto go from being a talentless troublemaker to a powerful and respected ninja. He's placed on a three-man team: Naruto, Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno, and their teacher Kakashi Hatake. The dynamic of Team 7 is the foundation of the entire series. The friendship and rivalry between Naruto and Sasuke in particular is one of the most iconic and epic relationships in all of anime. The world of Naruto is fascinating. It's a world of ninjas, but not the stealthy assassins you might be thinking of. These ninjas use jutsu that allow them to breathe fire, walk on water, create clones, and perform other incredible feats. The power system is creative and leads to some incredibly strategic and memorable fights. The Chunin Exams arc is a fan favorite, showcasing a huge variety of characters and abilities in a tournament-style setting. Now, I have to be honest. Naruto is long, very long. The original series and Naruto Shippuden total over 700 episodes, and yes, there is a lot of filler. But don't let that scare you. The main story arcs are some of the most emotionally resonant and exciting stories in the genre. It's a tale of overcoming adversity, the pain of loneliness, the bonds of friendship, and the cycle of hatred. It has had a massive cultural impact for a reason. It's a journey, but it's one that's well worth taking. You can always just look up a filler guide online. We all did. So far, we've only talked about long TV series. But diving into anime doesn't have to mean committing to hundreds of episodes. Sometimes all you need is 2 hours. And if you're going to watch one anime movie to see what the medium is capable of, it should be Your Name. This film was a global sensation when it came out, breaking box office records and captivating audiences everywhere. It's an absolute masterpiece of emotional storytelling and visual beauty. The story is about two high school students, Mitsuha, a girl living in a small rural town who dreams of life in the big city. Taki, a boy living a busy life in Tokyo. They've never met and live completely different lives. Then one day, they wake up and find they've swapped bodies. At first, it's confusing and chaotic. They mess up each other's lives, leaving notes, setting rules on their phones. It starts out as a very charming and funny body swap comedy. Through these experiences, they start to learn about each other and form a strange, deep connection. You really fall in love with them as they fall in love with each other across time and space. But then, the story takes a turn. Just as they're getting used to the swaps, they suddenly stop. Taki, realizing how much he misses Mitsuha, decides to try and find her, using only his memories and the sketches he's drawn of her town. And that's when the film reveals its brilliant, heartbreaking twist, transforming from a romantic comedy into a beautiful, high-stakes emotional drama. This movie is, without exaggeration, one of the most beautiful animated films ever made. The director, Makoto Shinkai, is known as a master of light and scenery, and every single shot is like a stunning painting. Combined with an incredible soundtrack by the band Radwimps, the film creates an atmosphere that is just magical. It's a powerful story about connection, memory, fate that will stick with you long after the credits roll. Let's take a trip back in time to a certified, undisputed classic, Cowboy Bebop. This show aired in 1998, and it's just as cool, stylish, and relevant today. It is the definition of cool. If you had to show someone mature anime, you'd show Cowboy Bebop. It's mature, it's smart, it oozes style. 2071. Humanity has colonized the solar system after Earth became mostly uninhabitable. It follows the crew of the spaceship Bebop, misfit bounty hunters, Spike Spiegel, Jet Black, Faye Valentine, Ed, and Ein. The show's structure makes it great for beginners, mostly episodic. Each episode is a self-contained bounty story. Film noir detective story, high-octane action blockbuster, spooky horror tale, slapstick comedy, a fusion of genres, sci-fi western, film noir, crime thrillers, kung fu movies, all set to an incredible soundtrack. Jazz, blues, rock. Music here is a character. Genre hopping, seamless. At its heart, a melancholy story about people haunted by their pasts. A makeshift family drifting through space. It's funny and exciting, but quietly sad underneath. Effortlessly cool on the surface, with a profound, aching heart underneath. Timeless masterpiece. See ya, Space Cowboy. Last but certainly not least, we're going to talk about a film from the legendary studio Ghibli. If you're going to get into anime, you have to experience Ghibli. There's no better introduction than the Oscar-winning masterpiece Spirited Away. Directed by the living legend Hayao Miyazaki, this film is pure, unfiltered imagination. It's a modern fairy tale, a beautiful, strange, and sometimes scary journey into a world of Japanese gods and spirits. The story follows a 10-year-old girl named Chihiro. She's sullen and pouty, unhappy about moving to a new town. On the way to their new house, her dad takes a wrong turn and they discover what looks like an abandoned amusement park. Her parents find a stall full of delicious-looking food and start eating, but Chihiro has a bad feeling. As dusk falls, the park comes alive with spirits and her parents are transformed into pigs. Chihiro finds herself trapped in the spirit world. To survive, she must get a job at a massive bathhouse, run by the powerful witch Yubaba, which caters to the gods, spirits, and monsters of Japanese folklore. Yubaba steals part of her name, renaming her Sen, in an attempt to make her forget her old life and stay there forever. The film follows Sen as she works in this bizarre and wondrous place, meeting a host of strange characters like the mysterious boy Haku, the boiler man Kamaji, and the lonely spirit No-Face. Spirited Away is a classic coming-of-age story, but it's told in the most fantastical way imaginable. We see Chihiro transform from a scared, whiny child into a brave, capable, and compassionate young girl. The world of the bathhouse is one of the most creative and detailed fantasy settings ever put to film. Every corner is filled with incredible designs and imaginative creatures. Like all of Miyazaki's films, Spirited Away is hand-drawn with meticulous care and attention to detail. The animation is fluid and expressive, bringing this incredible world to life. It's a film that can be enjoyed by anyone, of any age. Kids will love the magical adventure, while adults will appreciate the deeper themes of environmentalism, greed, and the loss of tradition in the modern world. It's a universally beloved film for a reason. It is a perfect magical experience that shows just how enchanting and artistic anime can be. It's the perfect end to our beginner's list. And there you have it, 10 shows and movies that are perfect starting points for your anime journey. We've covered a bit of everything: superheroes, ninjas, psychological thrillers, magical adventures. Honestly, you can't go wrong with any of these. Just pick the one that sounds the most interesting to you and give it a shot. Don't be afraid. The worst that can happen is you don't like it, and the best that can happen is you discover a whole new world of stories that you'll fall in love with. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single episode, or something like that. Now it's your turn. I really want to know what you guys think. If you're a newcomer, which one of these are you going to watch first? If you're a seasoned veteran, what did I miss? What's the one show you always recommend to people? Head down to the comments and let's get a huge recommendation thread going. Share your thoughts, argue about my choices, suggest other great beginner anime. Let's make the comment section a useful resource for everyone who clicked on this video. I'll be down there reading and replying as much as I can. And of course, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more anime content, you know what to do. Give that like button a big old slap, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and ring that little notification bell so you don't miss the next video. It really helps the channel out, and it means I can keep making more videos like this for you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay awesome!